Hello and welcome back to our HIP Roman Restoration campaign. Last episode we finished our previous war with whoever it was who had this little subholding in here, and also held a tournament in which a lot of people died and were wounded. And we have declared now the war for the last subholding over here in Mosul that we need, which should be easy enough. This is the last thing that we need outside of Hungary, I think, for the Imperial Reconquest. Meanwhile, we are trying to kill the King of Hungary, of course. You want to see Constas dead? We'll decline to join that plot. I also mentioned the possibility last episode of maybe attacking the few remaining Catholic rulers over here, but I don't think we're going to do that. One of them right now is in the process of being conquered by somebody anyway. Let's see, what is this Holy War? Holy War for Saxe-Wittenberg. And that's actually over already, in fact. But while looking at that, I did discover that we have a claimant to a duchy here. Duchy of Rhenish-Franconia, which would actually make our borders look a bit nicer, so I think we'll declare this war. The claimant here is under the Duke of Lower Lorraine, so that's going to add this duchy to Lower Lorraine, which is fine. Our borders are already a huge mess in this area internally, so it doesn't really matter that much. We should be able to do this one pretty quickly and simultaneously with our other war. We haven't raised any troops for that yet. So let's see, 27k here. And 17k. I'm assuming this is going to be enough. We are taking attrition. So let's split this army up quickly. And we'll have you head down here. And meanwhile we'll raise, I guess, 20,000 to siege this holding. So I think our enemy in this war has only these two holdings, one in Mosul and one next door in Samara. So we should be able to siege both of those and win immediately, which will be nice, assuming that nobody else joins this, which we cannot assume because somebody has just joined it. Nobody particularly strong, though. Same person, okay. And a sultan has been called in. He has 13,000 from up here. Really? You have 13,000? You only have 2 counties. They have some more land elsewhere? Nope, it looks like that's his only land. Okay. Well, if 13,000 troops appear, I guess we'll fight them. Nuremberg has been called into our war against Franconia, okay. And this is the same guy that we looked at before, that's fine. Alright, you guys can head in there and siege. It looks like you're headed off through the desert here, so maybe we'll raise Syria's army. Go and fight you. Has somebody just come of age? The kings are queuing up to propose marriage to our sister, Antonina. Oh, I guess her husband just died. I see. So we can choose between our vassal despot of Galicia, the despot of Britannia, or the despot of France. So he's heir to the kingdom. He is not heir to the Kingdom of France. He is the son of king, though. I guess we'll go with France, why not? Our niece is of legal age and became a thrifty clerk, okay. Alright, let's see what we need to do over here. The Franconian army is not at home. They're over here taking part in their other war, so we'll probably just move in and start sieging, I think. Try to keep an eye on it so that if they do come back and attack us, we can reinforce. I think we'll raise some troops from somewhere else to reinforce with, so that they can continue sieging and we won't have to break off any sieges to do that. Just check on our plot against the King of Hungary. We're at 76%. And nobody else is willing to join. Okay. So maybe we'll get lucky and he'll just die again. I am going to set him as special interest, actually, so that we hear about it if that happens. Our Despot of France wants to marry somebody to our niece. Sure. We did not catch the army here, so we'll try again. Alright, Britannia has put down the peasant revolt for us. And our grandson died of pneumonia. The age of 5. How tragic. Oh. And we died at the age of 42 of poor health. Well, that's even more tragic. So we've inherited as Emperor Justinos, the 11-year-old. He is quick, but also has a wry mouth. This character was born with an oddly shaped chin or jaw. Perhaps it is too big or too small. Hopefully this facial feature won't spread with interbreeding. So it's -1 diplomacy, a minor health penalty, and a lower attraction opinion. So not a huge deal in the grand scheme of things. Currently our heir is Paschalis Komnenos, who is strong. So he's a pretty decent heir, but we'd rather not be a 0-year-old child, of course. Right, we won that battle. So let's take care of everything that needs to be taken care of here. We're going to be well over our domain limit. Let's unpause so that we find out who our regent is going to be. It's going to be the Despot of France, okay. He's a pretty big fan of me. +10 for child, -10 for child. Deeply ambivalent about children, apparently. So let's see if we can arrange a betrothal for ourselves already. I guess a strong character might be ideal. Strong with high stewardship, maybe. It's 22. We'll sort by age, I think. After filtering for the strong traits. No, this doesn't work. Well, we'll just work by something else then, I suppose. So somebody fairly close to our own age would be preferable. 10-year-old, slightly older maybe. Quite a few 13-year-olds, so I guess we'll go with one of them. There's an 11-year-old. He'll do just fine. Okay. We'll also see what factions we get forming. And probably use whichever of these children will give us opinion to help deal with those. Meanwhile, we'll just give the other ones to random people. Probably all of these are too distantly educated, or too distantly related to us to give us any opinion. Oh, we do need an educator for ourselves, that's important. Let's see. I think we might want Midas touched, if possible. This person has a very good selection of traits, with the possible exception of cruel. She is French, but I think we can resist culture conversion events while we're being educated, so I don't think that's an issue. Alright, so we still have this person, apparently our rival, who has to be educated. Alright, I guess none of these are close relations, so we won't be getting opinion for any of them. Alright, let's unpause so we can see what factions we get. We're still 2 over our domain limit. Which is bad, that's minus 20 opinion. But I don't want to give away a county unless I absolutely have to. Okay, we have just picked up the Augustus trait for being ruler of the glorious Roman Empire, which is plus 15 vassal opinion. That will help. But I think the independence faction is probably going to grow to dangerous sizes. Yep, here we go. Fortunately, we do have a lot of money, so we can afford bribes. Oops, I haven't been paying attention to this war, so we have been engaged in battle here. Let's get our reinforcements in. And then back out after we presumably win that. What's going on over here? Probably nothing too important. Let's come through to here. Alright, let's just bribe everybody at lower rank than a king, because they're much more likely to be affordable. And we'll see if any of the kings are reasonable about this. The Duke of Swabia only wants 93. 500 seems high, but Britannia is pretty strong, so maybe that would be worth it. $300 for Burgundy. I guess we'll do that, and we'll do the 500 for Britannia as well. Only increases his opinion by 16. Alright, let's see if we can give him an honorary title as well. And we'll see how this affects our faction. We have a new Despot of Jerusalem. Okay, we're down to 52%. 38. Meanwhile, the Crown Authority faction is growing. But hopefully it won't become dangerous. Okay, we did win that battle, which I did not pay attention to, so we'll just continue to not pay attention, I think, and allow our sieges to continue. Alright, let's go through and bribe a few more of these dukes, if they're not already bribed. And I think I'll have a quick look in the dungeons to see if we have anybody imprisoned that's worth opinion if we release them. So this is a vassal, it'll be plus 5 opinion, I think. Plus 10 opinion, okay. Better than nothing, we'll take it. So I think that's probably going to be enough to keep things just about under control for the moment. Looks like things might have stabilized around the 40-50% mark. We also have a peasant revolt, okay. Down here, we'll let whichever vassal is in charge of that land take care of it. Yeah, things seem to be stable here. Okay. I guess we'll stop obsessively watching the factions for now. Everyone is going to be annoyed about their levies being raised, but we should be able to get this done pretty quickly and then lower them. Somebody came of legal age, and our kinsman here needs to be educated. We do need to restart our plot against Hungary, which we actually can't do, of course, because we're not of age. So we are unfortunately not able to kill him. Oh, but of course we don't need to, because we just died. That's much more convenient. Alright. Well, that's great. After we finish these wars, then we are free to declare war on Hungary again. And we'll be taking the 4-county duchy of Transylvania, and that should give us enough counties to usurp the kingdom title. Yes, we'll take the leader. Gain 100%, offer peace, enforce demands. So we've taken whichever holding it was, this one I assume, which is held by the count in there, that's fine. Which should remove Mosul from our list. Just leaving the remainder of Hungary. So we are about to start taking sieges here, which should end this war in pretty short order, I think. We may be getting ticking war score at this point against us. We're not controlling any war goals yet, though it hasn't been that long, so yeah, we are not getting it yet. And we're probably going to take at least one siege before that happens. Alright, up to 51%, and dangerous factions again. It's the independence faction. We had a few more kings join, it looks like. Namely Illyricum and Ravenna. I think a few of these dukes weren't in here before either. We are getting pretty low on money, so we can't afford to keep handing out bribes to everybody. In fact, we can't afford a gift for him at this point. Or for him. Well, Ravenna is high priority to get out of here. If Britannia is still in, then he is as well. Okay, I think Britannia is out. But Ravenna is pretty powerful. If we can do anything to appease him, we should probably try to do it. Short of giving away counties from our domain, which I would very much like to avoid. We'll release prisoners, take more prisoners. To 75%. And yes, our vassal Despot of Lusitania is happier, which reminds me to actually move my Chancellor, which is a good way to improve opinion with people. I guess we'll move him to Ravenna then. That was the right county, okay. I don't think we'll fire anybody from the council in order to appoint somebody for the opinion bonus. Ooh, just gone up to 105. France has come in. Well, that's very unfortunate. Let's see, this guy. Where are you? Oh, he's the faction leader. I don't think we even need this county. We could just grant him independence. Which is one way to get him out of the faction. Pretty sure this is not part of the Imperial Reconquest. In the Kingdom of Bohemia. We don't need anything else in Bohemia. Okay, I'm going to grant him independence. If we do have to reconquer him, my bad, but fairly sure we don't. So this will disband our faction for the moment. Hopefully fewer people will rejoin it. And let's just see if that shows up on our list. Nope. Okay. And in fact, our borders look a bit nicer because of it. Alright, so the independence faction is down to 59%. Where it will hopefully stay. After years of careful planning, this guy from somewhere is off to press his claim on somebody up here in the general area of Finland. Okay, good luck with that. Let's appoint whichever commanders we need to appoint here. So we could appoint people who are in the factions for the +10 opinion, which I think is what we'll do. Swabia was in a faction, I think. But I'm more inclined to try and get Ravenna out, or France. I guess we'll just get Ravenna for the time being. Okay, 87% in this war, so we are going to need to finish at least another siege. Though they are coming to attack us here. Well, we'll be able to reinforce that and win it, but we'll have to wait for the next episode because we're just about out of time here. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.